Video disclaimer. This is for entertainment and educational purposes only. Welcome to CathyDSlaught's SRC4u Zoom call for March 22nd, 2022. We're here on Cathy's website, CathyDSlaght.com, and we're going to scroll down, look for this Zoom banner to join the call where it was a demonstration of the SRC4u software. If you'd like to be part of Cathy's SRC4u Daily Energy Clearing Group, you can register here. Being part of Cathy's SRC4u Daily Energy Group means you get to watch how she works on you as she demonstrates the SRC4u software. So I'm going to click here. This will take us over to the Zoom platform where you may want to lower the volume on your speakers because the call will be loud.
So Cathy, what's today's topic?
Well, we're going to now pull together. We've been, get started with our computer system, which is our brain, and it took us different directions. I'm going to start summarizing that so we can move on to the next part of the owner's manual for the brain. So I'm going to actually talk about our synapses or synapses, whichever the pronunciation is today, then summarize that, and then you'll have, that information if you want to make a protocol or a cocktail. And then it'll be, the next one will be adrenals, and then finally, of course, trauma was a big thing for us as a group, and I think as a human, that's part of the human condition. What we're trying to do, or not maybe trying is not the right word, what we aim to do is to clear our pathways so we pull the information in from the field that works towards creating heaven on earth.
That's a lot.
I would say that's a rather interesting, but we're told we're here to do that.
Okay.
And so, it's something when we look at everything we've been taught, we kind of been taught life is a struggle. And what if that's not true?
Just pre-programmed by our formative years.
Something interesting last night as I was putting this together, this neuronal connection thing, when it's 10 o'clock, I'll just show you, was interesting for the group. So anyway, and this is kind of funny. We did not want any kind of discarnate scan. This is not us. Hold on, where'd we go? Is this us? Yeah. We did not want a discarnate scan, and we did not want an SRC, a startup scan. So before we even do anything else, let's just look at the Wonder Click and see where we are today. So we're working on the earth element, our gene, which I still don't fully understand. Maybe Kevin or someone can give a little bit more enlightenment on that.
You're born with.
Yep. You're born with it?
Yes.
Can you do anything to work with it?
You don't have to drain it. You could supplant it with kidney yin. Then you don't have to drain your native gene.
Okay. It's like a lot of earth-related issues, earth element, stomach. So there's a little kidney stress. Emotional insulation.
Can you change the color?
Let me see. What I'm going to do, I'd like to do, but I don't know if you all will like it. I'd like to change it to white because that kind of inverts any negativity, but then you can't see it that well, can you? Does that help?
I don't like it.
No, I don't like the white.
Okay, well, let's see what we can do. Come on now.
It's hard to see.
Yeah, all right. Let's do Let's go back to the green. How's that? How's that? Is that better?
That's better.
Okay.
That's better than white.
All righty. This is interesting words to ponder. The first fax machine was patented in 1843, 33 years before Alexander Graham Bell demonstrated the telephone. And we actually have indication that they had stuff like this way before that. So who knows? But so that gives us some thoughts. And
I've heard that too.
yeah, and let's see. Some people believe the pyramids were actually done with some sort of 3D printer. I mean, it gets wilder and wilder. All right, so here's kind of what we're looking at today for our Pro Tools. So let's go in now and start pulling some of this stuff together. First of all, from yesterday, for the bones, remember we had some stress related to the bones. We started with the pathogen panel for 55 minutes, but then went on to 23 hours and are still going. In reference to the stress, it looked like it was related to heavy metals. We did yes therapy for that, and we wanted 40 minutes for the light therapy. So, and then Kevin sent this, and this is really good, that what we want to do is return blessings for anything that comes our way. We know now the power for it, and this is a code that's in there. In the name of Jesus Christ, all demonic attack is now replaced with Christ consciousness. So that, again, if anybody's interested, I'm going to add a couple of these things from the other day. They were there. This is, there's a lot of this kind of thing online about these near-death experiences. But this one was rather interesting, so it's there if anybody wants to listen to it. And did I tell you the story of the white albatross?
Oh, you got my curiosity on what it's going to be.
I have a client that I've worked with. I know it's at least 10 years because her baby wasn't born when we started. And she wasn't even pregnant. And she's very, very energy conscious, and she takes care of herself, etc. Except for one thing. She is very bitter about the father of her child. And she always mentions it, and we always have the same conversation of, words create, da-da-da-da-da. But the next session we have, she always brings it up. So last week, and this to me is an indication of what's happening. I don't know if anybody else is having unusual dreams, but last week she was awakened at 3 a.m. She'd had a dream of an albatross, and I don't know if anybody else is familiar with this white albatross story. I wasn't, but it's the story of the ancient mariner who had a white albatross for good luck. And it was killed, so he wore it around his neck, which apparently created all kinds of problems. She said she looked up, she had this vivid, lucid dream about the white albatross, but around her neck, looked it up, and she identified it. She said, I've created that by all this talk about so-and-so, and it stops now. So I thought, wow. And she actually benefited. We can do so much with images. From the image of the white albatross in her scan. And since that, now it's been about a week ago this happened, she's made all kinds of interesting changes in attitude. It's been amazing. So I just want to see if we would benefit as a group for the image of a flying white albatross. And we might not, that might just be a her thing, but let's just look and see. What are we creating? Well, it's close, but what are we creating with our words that acts like a big burden that we carry? And then I added this, if anyone's interested. This is a short YouTube to listen to if you meditate in reference. But then anyway, so we've been all over the board. We talked about curses, and we talked about some different things we could deprogram. Did we go on fear of change? So I wasn't the only one, but we've done some of that thing. And so again, it's all information. That's what energy is. So then I went back over our notes and let's combine in reference to our brain. And so the first thing we talked about is our pathways in the brain that get set up to where we pull in information that may not be the best information because it's all out there. So I made a little command here. This came from Sharon, and I just took a couple of things out about dimensions. And I really like this command. Let's just put it in here. See how we resonate. Well, a little stress there at this moment in time. And this is, I am commanding, let me just move that down. I'm commanding that all lesser pathways and the old matrix programming and all whichever kept me in there will now be closed. I am choosing to step fully into my soul mastery with love and wisdom. Well, let's go down here to the Pro Tools, see if anything. I'm having a little trouble with our. When you look at these various things we're requesting, does anything jump out as far as a Pro Tool to maybe send a little more information of that command in there?
I've never seen the Pro Tools ask for repeats.
Yeah, it's very powerful. What you do, you want to just, when you pull it up, you're going to click to the right and it'll say full client check. And you and just like yesterday with the pathogen panel, if I had just done one, it would have been 55 minutes, but we had requested 2. When I went to the second, it was 23 hours. So let's just go ahead and let's just do the Reiki panel since it came up first. Let me just put that in. $11 hours. But see, we're wanting to do 3 Reikis. We may just, see what it does time-wise. And then these are just a few things about these pathways in the brain. Oops. Let's just see where we are with it as far as our group. And I believe that the more information we get like this, the more it's reminding our body how to process it. You notice, for example, today, we did not want a discarnate scan. We didn't need it. So it very well seems that our own body is remembering how to handle that. All right, so clear. Let me just make this a little bigger. We're going down to number 6. Okay, so let's clear neural circuits underlying disability and disease. There are some articles saying that we can actually unlearn a disease, that we actually may have pathways, based on what we believe and have been conditioned for to pull it in. And they've actually done some experiments showing that you can unlearn a disease. Okay, so our energy is high there. And then just a generic code.
Oh, I've read a lot lately about naming diseases.
Mm-hmm.
So, for example, if you have cancer or something, when you name it, you call it to yourself. You identify it as yours.
Mm-hmm.
And so I know this one woman, she's actually in Young Living. She has something, cancer of something, young woman, young family, small children. It's really sad. But she calls her cancer sushi.
Oh, how funny.
Yeah, so she doesn't identify with it at all. And it's very interesting to watch her journey with it. But I thought it was very interesting that people say, I've had migraines my whole life. And so I've stopped saying that identifying with that. And it seems to be helping. But anyway, I just wanted to pass that along about using the language that has been given to us to identify these as something negative.
Yeah, and Mark Tom talks about that. That's right. And about the fact you want to be aware and yet not keep talking. I remember years ago, a friend of mine who happened to be a nurse got a cancer diagnosis, and it was just a small spot on her skin. But she then was shocked. She said, from there on, in the medical system, you're labeled as a cancer patient.
Yeah, and another thing to keep in mind, and I tell people the same thing: don't claim your disease at all, because a lot of people will say, "Well, my cancer or my arthritis and all that."
Mm-hmm.
Don't even do that.
Well, and that's the thing. They say we're creating constantly. Anytime we say, I am this, I am that, or anything else is.
Right.
We're creating it.
Yeah, we're creating it. Yeah, and of course, these are things we don't have any awareness of for the most part unless we're doing this kind of work. Now, you see, we wanted the sustenance balancer, so we're taking that.
Just an interesting aside. One of the things I learned many years ago is when you name it, you claim it.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. You got it.
And who do you think the I am is every time you say I am?
Well, I am is said to be source. That is from Moses.
Absolutely.
The book of Exodus, yeah. And what is really strange, I've had two situations with people that were battling, a diagnosis that they came up wanting the words to ponder scan. I don't think we've come up with that here in the group. So it may be more of an individual thing. But I was curious with each one when it came up. So I took it, with the find options button a little deeper. And I'll be doggone, they both wanted to read the book of Exodus, which is the story of Moses. And, as this old sheep herder, being able to do the things that he did. And one thing I just learned the other day, though, maybe others knew it, is that the majority of the Israelites did not accompany Moses. They did not want freedom. And that was thought-provoking. So you now see we have a little stress here related to this clean receptors code. Let's see if we want that in the sustenance balancer.
Your last comment on Moses reminds me of today.
In what way?
The V.
Oh, the what?
The V without saying it.
The jabber.
Thank you.
Oh, duh. I guess I better work on my own brain cells. Yeah, that's interesting, isn't it? So we have a little stress related to these receptors. I'm not going to put it in the pathogen panel right now because we're still running on that. Now, this is this Candace Pert, the book Molecules of Emotion. And she calls this connection, we're working to enhance the body-mind, and we came up, we'd like to have that code to balance it out. And this is an interesting one, combine consciousness and action. And I think a lot of that, when we don't do that, is just related to having so much information out there, you don't know which way to go. It seems like it. So you know what to do, but you just don't do it.
That's true.
And we can look at the stress related to that. And they say, I believe it's till June 22nd. This is a powerful window of opportunity to work with this kind of thing. No? Just for the heck of it, let's just see, since we asked for several things. Now, this is rather significant, this, taking action. No? Okay, look at that. We actually will take that in the pathogen panel for some reason. And in this final one, balance electrochemical language. I think that's another Candace Pert way of putting things. Just a few other things from this. We see, according to what they're writing, we need dairy products. We were taught a while back to eliminate fats. I think we've all caught on to that now that we need that for our brain. Here's that stress related to the flood of information. We need to get some form of exercise in there to realize we can consciously project new realities. And, it's interesting what you can read about this. They say this is a disaster. And this retroactivating system is actually proteins and measurable. And when the switches get backed up or reversed, it can be a disaster. Here's this power of disciplining our thoughts. Added shield, crown chakra, we are asking for an aura scan. We'll do that. This is an interesting one. Block passive acceptance of undesired reality. There's the leafy green vegetables. The new learning is a big deal. We apparently form new connections from it. Vagus nerve is a big deal. Dissolve old patterns. Unlearn how to be sick. Now let's go and just double check to make sure our polarity is where it needs to be. And I usually will go priority for chi. Just make sure. Yeah, we're good today. Keep that. And then there were a couple of interesting things here. I was looking at, they say we have the non-beneficial pathways, which I thought, well, we've got the yes therapy, but interested me to see if we even need this today, because I did this last night for the group. And let's just see first of all. No. We didn't want to clear, but then I put in deprogram, and we wanted to clear. Let's see where we are today with that. Nope. Well, we did that last night. So it's an interesting thought, though, from last night, that many of these pathways are programmed in. There's that possibility. And so there's some things to think about. Also, if I can find it in here. Yeah, there were a few things in here I think I forgot to send in yesterday's. A few more thoughts for working either with your P4 or the yes therapy. Let's just see where we are. Do we want to clear limiting beliefs? We want to deprogram limiting beliefs. Well, it looks like the work we're doing is holding. This is clear desire to be a prisoner. Kind of that demonstration in Exodus, where it showed a lot of people just prefer to leave things the way they are.
Didn't we do that one yesterday?
Yeah, I'm just looking to see. I think I forgot to, I didn't scan down far enough to show you these yesterday, but I wanted to see, did they hold? Did they hold? We did some of these.
Yeah, that's the same thing.
Yeah. And so let's just see if we need any reinforcement at this moment in time. No, this is really good.
I put it in the charger the other day to clear. I was amazed how many hours I needed.
Wow, I'm telling you, yeah, it's very interesting. This ego stuff to where we think it's all outside of us, and we've got to always be pulling it in, as compared to the soul, which knows it's got it, already got it. All right, look at that. We will clear that, clear ego-related stress. Let's just see the comparison between that and deprogramming. Yeah, so this is, not anything programmed in from outside sources. It's our internal stuff. Let's see. Okay, the recharger may be it today. Let's just look at the S therapy. Yeah, so we've been doing quite a bit of yes therapy, so we're taking this one instead. $50 minutes. This was, again, we went quite a while on this one last night. I didn't feel so bad because I certainly went quite a while. Well, we'll take that. before we wanted to just do a generic, but we're going deeper with that. Okay, so see that one, we don't need to do that one again. This split mind programming, which I interpret as, you know, the ego versus the soul path. I don't know if that's right or not. No? And it's all about choice. So let's see if we need to deprogram a choice to see a world of illusion. No? So that's where we are today. And we had a very high resonance. Look at that, 924. This was, let's just see. This is what we're wanting to do. Clear, non-beneficial connections. And we continue to hold that. So, any other thoughts?
I have a question for Kevin.
Yeah.
You know, I said I noticed we have the top 23 times now in the premium. What was the purpose of that?
Top 23 in the premium?
Yes, the top 20, then it goes the top 20 again, and then the top 20 again.
Oh, if you have set that to the advanced settings, yeah, there's up to 7 levels.
Oh.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Where is that?
If when you right click on the background, down to advanced settings.
Okay. Can I do it now, or do I need to wait to?
I would wait for the next session.
Yeah. Okay, that's interesting. Thank you.
Yeah, it does up to 7 levels. We need to have Ralph explain them better.
Yeah, I talked with Ralph the other day, and he is going to be coming into some calls. Okay, I guess that's it for today.
Have a blessed day, everybody.
Yeah.
Thank you, Cathy.
Yeah, everybody. Thanks so much, Cathy.
Take care.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
This concludes the SRC4u Zoom call. Thank you for participating. We look forward to seeing you again. Till then, take care and be well. My disclaimer to YouTube, this is for informational, educational, and entertainment purposes only. Y'all take care.